what you want right now. Hello, 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 hello. I'ma give it to you, girl, right now.
Hello everyone, I hope you're having a great day, and today is actually my first video, so be nice. I just hope you enjoy and have a few laughs with me. So today we're going to react to Disney movies you didn't know existed. Now, I'm a Disney fanatic, so this is gonna be interesting. We'll see how many I haven't actually seen before. But let's get right into it.
Welcome to the Binger.
Okay.
Once upon a time, Disney established an animation empire. With so many beloved classics to choose from, Disney decided its audiences would want to spend more time with its characters. And this led to the Disney direct-to-video boom. The Mouse House created lower-budget sequels, prequels, and midquels to some of its most popular titles. None of them were necessary, but some were certainly better than others, and some were definitely weirder than others. Here, we're ranking Disney's straight-to-DVD movies from ho-hum to just plain weird.
The Binger. Okay.
Belle's Magical World. Belle's Magical World was originally released in 1998. The movie featured 3 shorts that were meant to be episodes of an unaired Beauty and the Beast TV show. And if you get a load of these shorts, you won't be surprised that the show never saw the light of day. The story takes place during 1991's Beauty and the Beast, when Belle and the Beast are still getting to know one another. And it just makes you question why Belle ever fell in love with the Beast, since he is constantly angry. Plus, the animation looks terrible. And despite all that, Disney released a special edition version of the film with an additional 22-minute episode.
Okay. I've seen the others of Beauty and the Beast, and nothing will ever compare to the original. That is a fact. But I have to say I kind of like the special edition that came out with Forte, and it was a whole other storyline, so it was kind of interesting to see. But yeah, nothing will ever compare to the original.
Woohoo! Tarzan 2. Tarzan 2 explores Tarzan's experiences as a human child raised by apes. Tarzan isn't physically capable of doing everything a gorilla can, and that realization makes him seriously question his worth. Like many a Disney movie though, Tarzan ultimately comes to understand that he has unique strengths of his own.
You can do it, Nikki!
He can make tools, tricks, and traps that help him accomplish things that the other gorillas couldn't dream of. The story is trite, but it's entertaining enough. At least the animation isn't too bad, and the movie features new songs by Phil Collins, so that's something. The Return of Jafar.
Okay, I have not actually seen the second one of Tarzan. Maybe we should check it out.
The Return of Jafar from 1994 is the direct-to-video sequel that started it all. As Disney's first foray into the format, the Mouse House put a lot of marketing muscle behind this movie. It was also an important experiment for the company because it was the follow-up to the popular 1992 version of Aladdin. Disney suspected its fans would be interested, and it wasn't disappointed. Unlike some of the movies on this list, at least this one had real stakes. As the title promises, Jafar, Agrabah's chief vizier turned genie, returns when someone rubs his lamp.
Rub my lamp. Whoa.
The story isn't bad, but without Robin Williams returning to reprise his role as the genie, it also isn't that interesting. Beauty and the Beast, The Enchanted Christmas. This is the first Beauty and the Beast direct-to-DVD sequel. Like Belle's Magical World before it,
Okay, Return of Jafar I didn't really like. I have the DVD, but it's not so good at all. Not for me anyway. Yeah, you have your own opinion. But sorry about that, guys. A small cut in the video. My mom actually phoned me, and I'm recording on the phone, so it didn't work out well. But what I was saying, I didn't really like Return of Jafar. And this one, the Beauty and the Beast movie thing is the one I was talking about previously that I actually really liked. Let's continue.
The movie takes place during the time when Beast is holding Belle captive in his castle. The plot centers on Belle's desire to celebrate Christmas and Beast's hatred of the holiday. Throughout the film, Beast is mad and Belle is charming, and we're once again left to wonder how these two have made it work. There's also an evil organ named Forte who tries to prevent the pair from falling in love because he doesn't want to be human again. While it certainly made Christmas-loving kids happy, it doesn't hold a candle to the original film. Tarzan and Jane. Tarzan and Jane is a 2002 sequel of 1999's Tarzan. It uses a framing device to present 3 episodes of the film's tie-in TV show The Legend of Tarzan that never made it to air. The story sees Jane trying to do something nice for Tarzan for their anniversary. Yet each time she has an idea, like throwing him a party or getting him a fancy gift, she's reminded of a similar attempt that failed. Fortunately, in the end, Tarzan comes through for Jane and they get to celebrate their anniversary in style after all. The movie is honestly kinda cute, but the animation is only fair, and many of the secondary characters are just plain annoying. Lady and the Tramp 2.
I actually have not seen Tarzan and Jane, that one, but it sounds kind of interesting.
2. Scamp's Adventure. Disney's initial venture into direct-to-video movies rested on follow-ups to its newest releases. That is, until it decided to dig a little deeper into its archives with the 2001 sequel to 1955's Lady and the Tramp. The movie focuses on Scamp, the son of the original star-crossed dogs, and it's basically a rehash of the first movie, except this time Scamp is the well-kept dog and he meets a stray named Angel.
An angel.
An angel.
An angel?
It even includes a repeat of the spaghetti scene, but unfortunately Scamp and Angel lack the charm that Lady and Tramp have. Plus, Scamp's desire to leave the love and care of his family is all because he wants to be cool. It's pretty shallow, Scamp. It's pretty shallow.
I've actually seen that one as well. It's not so bad, but again, it will never compare to the original.
Aladdin and the King of Thieves. Aladdin and the King of Thieves was the third in the Aladdin trilogy and one of the best direct-to-video movies Disney's ever made. It actually fills in Aladdin's backstory by having him reconnect with his criminal father, Cassim. Aladdin grapples with the conflicts between who his father is and who he is about to become when he marries Jasmine. This makes for some interesting character development and real emotional weight. It also continues Iago's story. Now that he's on Aladdin's side, he's realizing that palace life, it's kind of boring. Adding to the mix is Robin Williams' triumphant return as the voice of the genie.
Oh yeah!
The movie actually ties the story of Aladdin up by the time it ends, and Disney wisely never made another sequel. The Lion.
I have never seen that. I've never even heard of another Aladdin movie. I know of Return of Jafar, but I've never heard of that one. I really need to watch this. It actually kind of intrigues me. But yeah, sorry.
And King 2, Simba's Pride. Another great Disney direct-to-DVD entry is this sequel to 1994's The Lion King. The original film set an extremely high bar, and this sequel manages to mostly live up to it. It focuses on Simba and Nala's daughter, Kiara, as she meets and falls in love with Kovu, a follower of Scar. It's all very Romeo and Juliet-esque. While the movie features an oddly prejudiced Simba, he does come around in the end. All in all, Simba's Pride is pretty compelling. The Little Mermaid.
I absolutely love The Lion King #2. It is one of my all-time favorites, with the original, but I love that movie. I've probably watched it almost as much as I've watched the original. It's really an amazing movie, and if you haven't seen it yet, please go and check it out. I really love the story behind it. It is so cute.
2. Return to the Sea. Yet another sequel that checks in with its original character's offspring is the second Little Mermaid film. This time, Ariel and Eric's daughter Melody pulls a reverse Ariel when she decides that she wants to return to the sea. Ursula's twin sister even makes an appearance to make a deal with Melody to turn her into a mermaid. While the film is mostly a rehash of the first movie, Melody is an interesting character. Not to mention, the movie makes it fun to catch up with characters from the original movie, like Flounder, who is now a beer belly sporting dad. Pocahontas 2.
I've always also seen that one. Little Mermaid. I don't know. It's not one of my favorite Disney movies, but I like it. It's entertaining. But number 2 was a little bit over the top for me. I think really they could have stopped just with the one.
Journey to a New World. This is where things start to get a little weird with Disney's straight-to-video movies. A sequel to the historically inaccurate Pocahontas sounds ill-advised at best, and this movie does manage to live up to that expectation. At least the story is slightly more historically accurate this time. It sees Pocahontas travel to England, ask the king to stop hunting Native Americans. Yet the real focus on the film is a love triangle between Pocahontas, John Rolfe, and John Smith. It falls all over itself trying to get Pocahontas together with Rolfe, but it just doesn't make for an involving plot. Not only does it force Pocahontas to adapt to English customs, it doesn't let her fight for herself like she did in the first movie. Lilo and Stitch.
Okay, Pocahontas number 2. I really liked that one. I almost liked it more than the original, because I've watched it more than the original. But I've heard about the controversy and everything about it not being historically accurate, but this is Disney, and people need to remember Disney changes things to their, how can I put this, perspective, or the way they want to tell the story. And I really think it's kind of, I mean, what's so wrong about it? It's a story. It's a children's story you want to tell. If you want to make a real Pocahontas, fine. But don't bash Disney for making it into something a little bit more fun than the original story.
Stitch has a glitch. Stitch Has a Glitch is the second sequel to Lilo and Stitch, but unlike 2003's Stitch, the movie, which we'll get to here in a second, this 2005 sequel isn't setting up a TV show. It's a true sequel with a self-contained story that focuses on Lilo and Stitch's family and life in Hawaii. Lilo wants to compete in a hula competition to honor her late mother, but Stitch, as the title promises, starts to malfunction. His glitch may ruin Lilo's plans. The movie maintains the offbeat essence of the original and nicely balances the human with the alien. While it does get a little cloying and contrived at times, overall it's a fun continuation of the original film. Cinderella 2, Dreams Come.
I don't really have anything to say about Lilo and Stitch. I like the original, but I'm not crazy about any of the sequels.
True. This sequel to 1950's Cinderella was another multiple segment movie with 3 episodes focusing on different characters. Only one centered on Cinderella. The other 2 were stories about Jacques the Mouse and the evil stepsister Anastasia. While the original Cinderella is a classic, this movie doesn't add anything to that legacy. The stakes in this movie are considerably lower than those in the first film. Cinderella frets about her prowess as a princess. Jacques spends the day as a human and learns to accept his true mouse form. And Anastasia falls in love with a lowly baker. The movie isn't particularly gripping. Unlike some of the other straight-to-video movies though, this at least employs a decent framing device to make the thing work as a whole. What it is the mice are reminiscing the 3 featured segments as they put together a storybook. Hunchback of Notre Dame 2.
I actually kind of like the Cinderella extra movies, especially the one about her stepsister. I really like that one. But actually, I've only, I think, watched it once. I think so, yes. But I actually kind of liked it. It's a fun direction that they took on a classic story. You know, I've always wondered what happened to the evil stepsisters afterwards. So seeing them kind of fall in love and return to being normal human beings is kind of fun.
2. This next group of films is an odd bunch, not because of their stories, but because of the decision to sequelize them is a head-scratcher. First up is the second Hunchback of Notre Dame. The first movie was all about Quasimodo learning to accept himself. By the end, he understood that it was what was on the inside that made him beautiful. This movie undoes all that growth by introducing him to a new love interest, Madeline. Her problem is the exact opposite of Quasi's. She's judged for being
She's
just
pretty.
too darn pretty. Yet she runs away the first time she catches a
Okay,
glimpse of
that
Quasimodo,
explains it.
making her a hard character to get behind. The film has flat characters, uninspired songs, and seriously subpar animation. Fox and the Hound 2.
I did not know there was Hunchback of Notre Dame Hunchback of Notre Dame number 2 at all. I really need to watch that. I'm getting excited by this. Why am I getting excited by this? Nothing can ever beat the originals. But I think I'm gonna stop that here today. I really hope you enjoyed this, and if you did, please like and subscribe for more videos. I will try and upload at least 3 times a week. I'm not sure, but I will get my schedule going as soon as the channel really picks up a bit. And also, please comment down below if you like my reaction, and if you didn't like my reaction, please comment as well. I need the criticism, because I'm new. I really need your feedback, and I really hope we can make this channel great together. So please comment down below. Thank you. Bye.